Good evening, racing fans, and welcome to Speed Gaming. We've got the Link to the Past Randomizer Daily Race today. We're playing Potpourri, and featured here on Speed Gaming today are Radical Sniper 99 and Kaysden. My name is Zeke Highwind, and joining me in the commentary booth is Hexodus.
Hello.
So we've got a good race here. Both of these are very, very good runners, and this is a very fun new mode that the ladder came up with.
Yeah, they just kind of took a whole bunch of voted settings, threw them into a hat, and this is what we got.
Exactly. Now, for those who want to know what Potpourri is, for one, we have put in a command for Potpourri, which Mind of Me has happily given us. So, we have an open world. We don't have to start with escape. It's all dungeons, and we have the small and big key shuffle that you would get in a Key Sanity, but maps and compasses stay in their own dungeons. In addition, we have randomized swords, but we start with a hookshot, an activated flute, and an ice rod. Did I get everything, Hexodus?
Did you get full boss shuffle?
I did not. We have full boss shuffle as well, so yeah. We start with a hookshot and an ice rod, so two of the biggest items that block you from those bosses start in your inventory.
And as well, all these items are placed so you can find them. They won't show up as 20 rupees. They will be somewhere at some point, not in logic.
For example of how it's not in logic, I have in separate seeds gotten Flute on Vitreous boss slot and Hookshot on Argus boss slot. And Ice Rod on Trinex.
Fantastic.
It's kind of like the boots in a ladder casual boots seed. You love to see where they show up.
Although sometimes they show up as 20 rupees.
That's why I specifically used the ladder here, because it shows up. They are guaranteed.
Or is it only ladder? Okay.
On the ladder, it's guaranteed to show up as an item. I don't know what the difference is between different settings and locations.
I see.
We're just having a brief delay in the race room, and then we'll get started here shortly. So, Hexus, have you run many Potpourri seeds?
I did two. I did one on my own for fun, and then I did a pickup race just to kind of, see where I stack up. It didn't go well either time.
I've run several casual pickup races with friends, so while I've not had the opportunity with the ladder, it's been a bit of a rough time slot for me to get through this past season.
Yeah, the time slots on ladder are a little bit hit and miss for myself, working full time, and then you kind of get home and it's like, if I went online right now, I could join a race. And then you decide against it.
So we should be getting started here soon.
Yeah, it looks like 10 seconds.
I also appreciate Sniper's high-speed gaming in his file select. What about you?
Yeah, it's always a nice touch. Shoutouts are always welcome.
What's going to be fun for this race is these are two good friends racing each other on our restream as well. So,
excellent. Incoming bragging rights.
All right, and we're off. with both runners starting at Link's house for some bombs. You know, getting bombs early does make you consider doing that escape sequence early, because the Ice Rod can kill those blue guards, and you can freeze and then bomb any green guards in the way.
I did not know that about the blue guards.
Ooh, unfortunately the sign did not want to play nice and got knocked out, and it looked like we got something at the floodgate. I think it was a piece of heart.
Yep, and looks like our stun drop is 20 rupees today.
And Ether Medallion underwater. What's fun with Potpourri is the sheer number of different openers you can make with the starting items you have. Uncle just has our blue boomerang.
And everyone's favorite, the shovel.
A shovel? Already? Yeah. And we're getting a nice early mini Molder cave. Understandable with the starting bombs, you go for the nearest 5-item cave.
I'm disappointed no one did the Solsky Nobo Eastern play.
And we have a small key to Thieves and a small key to Misery Mire. One of those is more useful than the other.
Yeah, just slightly.
And it looks like Sniper's going to turn that shovel in right now.
It's usually a good idea. That way you don't forget. Not that I've ever forgotten.
Farming up more rupees off the stun prize as well. And Kaizen's giving us a flute trip to the town to check the well. Nice fast access to these 5-item caves with this flute. And there is our duplicate hookshot.
Excellent.
My friends and I joke that the actual way to win a Potpourri race is to be the first to find all 3 duplicate items. I also think I saw a glove.
Yeah, it looks like that's confirmed by our tracker there.
And we have a mirror.
That's a really nice early item. I wonder if Sniper forgot that flute is activated.
With the flute, you can flute from the race game to get back into town. So I believe he's just walking toward race game so he doesn't have to go back south.
That makes sense.
And a small key to Ganon's Tower. Not something you always like to see early.
Yeah, not with all those items hanging out in there.
Granted, it's a... Oh, and the blind race game just paid off with a big key.
Small key to Aga's Tower.
We already have a small key to Aga Tower. That's terrifying to me. Those are items you like to see come in late if you can. And we have Boots and Chicken Hut.
Which is good, because we have a small key on the library.
Well, that is one section where Kaizen's going to get a slight advantage here.
Sick kid paying off with bombs. Always nice.
Right. And Sniper's going to use his last bomb to acquire the boots. And this is where things can get exciting, because boot movement is a very good skill at this caliber of runner.
Also super nice to get early.
The later boots are in a seed, the longer you wonder, did I miss something and my opponent found it early?
Yeah, that always tends to hang over your head.
So lots of interesting route divergence. I especially like that we've got a south to north trip through Kakariko at the same time as we had a north to south trip through Kakariko.
Yeah, my issue with the north to south is a lot of times forgetting that the forest is a thing.
Oh, I missed that we got a hammer. So these runners have a weapon to go with their everything else we have.
Nice.
And that actually puts us a moon pearl from the Dark World.
What's also really nice is starting with that hook shot is you can do some wonderful spin speed strats.
Once you get the boots, anyways. You mean like that? Hook speed
Yep.
strat from a sniper.
Exactly. And that was a very nice use of those very short blind stairs.
That's the big thing of starting with the hook shot is it rewards runners who know how to move with the hook shot, because there are some sections where using the hook shot is definitely faster than walking.
Although I still have seen it used in conjunction with boots just to get a little bit quicker movement in the short distances. Looks like there was a heart pickup refill, which knocks you out of your water walk state.
Yep. Did we miss one check because of it?
Yep.
Ooh, and we have a moon pearl on the ledge. We have flippers out here somewhere.
Yep. They've got to be somewhere.
I think that's our first person to check Sanctuary here.
I believe that is the case, yes.
And Kaizen giving us a couple more of the slightly more isolated checks from the flute, such as this Monkrock Cave for a blue male.
That's nice to have early.
And we're going to get a near simultaneous. Oh, we have a tier something tree pull for 20s. And
Ooh.
Titan Smiths are on the. There's another visible item we need. So,
Of course, Titan mitts are there.
We now want to know where a second small key is.
Yep, and then we'll either need lamp and something. Sword, cape. Actually, 2 swords or a cape.
Yeah, we need at least 1 sword and either a second sword or a cape to get in. As well as a lamp to be able to see, although I think both of these runners can do the dark room if needed.
It's a lot of dark room checks. But yeah, they're not too bad with some practice.
Yeah. I'm still of the opinion that the dark room with the pits on the 4th floor is the hardest dark room in this game. Alright, we have a back of escape, and we have a old man climb? Oh wait, no, we have a flute. We just fluted up there.
Yeah, we're going backwards. It's faster. Turtle Rock's small in the back of escape there.
You always want about 3 of those.
I was just about to say, unless it's a pendant, but...
Yeah, we're playing... I think of this as 80 keys light.
That's fair. Yep, gotta do them all.
To answer your question, chat, we have Kaizen visiting the mountain. Both runners have put the mountain off slightly, which paid off because they got a hammer in Kakariko. Well, there's our cape.
Rose.
That is a cape that Kaizen cannot get right now. I like that the cape and the Cane of Burner are on our Spectacle Rock checks.
Yeah, just all the invincibility items.
As Kazan has not been to Uncle, he cannot get that cape yet, and that cape might be important for getting those mitts.
Very true. Ooh, I love this bomb jump.
It is a tricky one to line up swordless.
It is. You do have to be a little bit in the wall, if I'm not mistaken, in order to get the extra pixel of boost.
Sniper is farming those rupees for Zora.
That's going to give some really good information.
Now, it is possible that even with the rupees, Sniper could just bail when he sees that Moon Pearl as well. And we have Paradox Cave. Let's see if Light World Hype Cave lives up to its name. Big
Well,
Cave Tower of Hera. That's useful to have on the mountain.
It's a really good spot for it. You're going to find it anywhere the mountain's where you want to see it. Or, yeah, that's where you want to see it.
Kazan does not have any easy way to trigger a switch. And there's our duplicate flute. I think Kazan's winning the race to find all the duplicates.
And an Eastern key. I'm excited for Trinex to be an Eastern.
And Sniper is setting up his water walk, although hopefully he doesn't get the heart refill.
Yeah, that could be bad.
Also, hopefully he doesn't get killed. Because half a heart can be very scary going through Zoraland, and that is a small key on Floating Island. We know that's not the Castle Tower small key. And the other island.
A lot of small keys in a lot of really weird places.
Yeah. Oh! You hate to see it. This would be an amazing seed for vanilla flippers.
Yeah.
And Kazan is going for Sasrala's Closet. And possibly Eastern as well.
Yeah, with that big key, it's hard to ignore it.
I'm just dying to know what's in the other Waterfall Fairy check. And there's Castle Tower 2.
So Kazan really needs to head over to visit the uncle.
Yes, he does. And I'm guessing we're going to be getting a trip up to Hyrule Castle now.
Yep.
As Sniper's going to be giving us a trip through Death Mountain. He's going to be putting off the old man for a bit.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised Kazan didn't check Hera with that hammer and big key.
I think he didn't want to go through another loop of Paradox, because he did Spiral Cave.
Right. Yeah, normally you would save that for after Hera.
I don't expect Sniper to pick up this blue cane, but who knows, he might.
I'll probably skip it.
With the cape sitting right there.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's the first time I've seen the bunny sprite for Hollow Knight.
Same.
I've been playing my first run, so I was like, oh, I actually know that character now.
I haven't dabbled in Hollow Knight just because I'm terrible at platformers.
Right, and we're getting our first trip into Escape as Sniper gives us Tower of Hera. Unfortunately, the big key's in Paradox Cave.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate.
But there's the flippers.
That's a good place for it.
You know what would be big for Sniper here, since he doesn't have a big key, is something like Cold Stare on the top of the tower.
Yeah, Cold Stare would be interesting for sure.
Because with Boss Shuffle, the Molder Marina only has about 5 bosses, I think, that can be there. Another keyed Turtle Rock. Because you can get Moldorm, Mothula, the Helmsar King, Vitreous, and Cold Stare.
Yeah, Vitreous up there is a no-joke fight. Especially early.
Now, Moth is a little bit of a joke up here.
Yep.
If you take Moth out of his spikes and...
Yeah, you put Moth anywhere else and...
you can easily kill him, because he can only shoot forwards. And there's our bow.
That's big.
Especially once Sniper goes to Paradox and gets to Eastern Bicky, we will probably see a trip through Eastern. Because even if you can't kill the boss, it's good to know what the boss is.
Absolutely, yeah. You want that information as soon as you can get it.
And we have Red Crystal Eastern. I didn't see Desert.
That was a crystal as well. It looked like Crystal 3 or something.
And Kaizen's going to be getting his mirror. Unfortunately, after going all the way to Zelda Cell. Now, I also think that Sniper's going to go to Zora area before doing Eastern or anything. Just because flippers are Moon Pearl.
We do still need a sword before we can complete Aga's Tower as well. And, maybe a lamp.
You want a lamp, for certain.
Yeah. Don't need a lamp, but...
unfortunately, when you don't have a sword, getting past these Tektites is very fun.
Yeah, Tektites are always fun. Oh.
I think Sniper is about to get the bad news of this big key here.
Yep. Huh. No anger slashes.
No sword to anger slash. Also, Sniper is a pretty calm individual in a race. I'm just hoping there's nothing in that big chest, because I don't think Sniper goes back unless he can also tie in the basement if he needs it.
Yeah, you typically don't want to go back and forth if you don't have to. But I guess we'll see what's in that big chest.
Yes, because Kaizen is going to be showing us that once he gets through. Gotta love Hook Speed Harapot. If you can get the lineup right...
it feels good when you get it.
Unfortunately, Kaizen's having just a little bit of trouble getting clipped into that pot. Oh, and Sniper's going straight back.
Makes sense. You're here, you might as well get it.
And then you never touch Hera Basement.
Ideally.
Because do you want to sit through the coffee break?
It depends on how thirsty you are.
That is a small key to pod. Useful to have. Not required, per se. Depending on where you find the other 4.
I mean, you really only need 4. If you want to skip the first one.
Yeah. The ideal number for an experienced runner is 5. Because with 4, you have to make several trips through Bowlock.
Yeah, I mean, if you have 4, you can 4 in Big Key. You only need to make 2 trips if you do it all efficiently.
I believe you have to do 3 because you have to mirror out from Harmless Hell. Not Harmless Hell. What's that one called? The big chest area, Dark Maze.
Yeah, but you can do that last.
Yeah, and Sniper is taking a trip to visit the hobo, and Kaizen's going straight for that Moon Pearl. These flippers have influenced this routing decision. Which, given what this is kind of understandable. And there's another pod small for our other item. So I'm glad we got to see what it was.
A lot of pod smalls already.
That's a book. That feels really bad to find after you leave the Ether Tablet area.
Yep. Yeah, that would not be my my favorite thing to see.
Now, I wonder if this Zora check is going to weigh on Kaizen's mind throughout this race. He's made 2 trips to this area without the money.
I don't think Kaizen's checked the stun drop either, really.
But with that Moon Pearl pickup, we have Dark World access. Which means I'm going to focus and see if we can see a map check if somebody does it. Because we definitely have 3 Pendant Dark World, so that'll be the 3 dungeons that could be in the blocked by Ganon's Tower.
That's true.
And we're visiting Hype Cave with our last 2 bombs. Let's see how hyped this cave is today. Starting off strong. And Sniper gets his Moon Pearl. So how hype are 60 rupees and 5/4 of a heart?
About a 1. Maybe even a 0. I don't know. It would have been funnier if we gotten the 300 rupees in there.
Okay, we've got a Skullwoods' other red crystal. Green pendant is on Swamp Palaces, of course, and then pendants for Thieves and Turtle Rock. And there's a mushroom at Stumpy.
Because who doesn't love a fetch quest?
I mean, the last fetch quest we did turned into a magic mirror.
This is true.
And we've got 2 more in our inventory with the mushroom and the book.
Oh, another GT small.
Is that 3 now? Or, no, that's 2. Now, going west before going, say, north to Catfish in this case is rewarded with that mushroom. Because you can turn that in immediately.
Yeah,
and
it's a nice thing with the mirror.
3 digs for the Swamp Pig. So, we can actually do everything in Swamp once we get that small key.
Save maybe the boss.
The only thing we're missing for guaranteed boss kills now is a Fire Rod. And we're getting that mushroom turn in immediately. Just some bombs, but Kason was out.
That's a handy refill.
So now the question is on everybody's minds: where is a sword?
I'm guessing pod.
I'm
Always
expecting the
pod.
swamp small before a sword, so our first sword can be in Green Pendant Swamp.
Oof. Gross.
It's what you come to expect from Green Pendant Swamp at this point, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose. I come to expect the worst possible scenario from Randomizer at this point.
So you're the kind of guy who expects Ice Rods to be behind a fetch quest on Laser Bridge.
Yep.
Okay.
Or like the last one of these that I called, where it was a green pendant turn into GT key to a required item, and I don't even remember which one it was. I think it was Moon Pearl and Upstairs GT. It was gross.
And Sniper is going for that key on Hylia Island.
Oh, please be another pod small.
I'm going to guess Ice Palace.
Skullwoods.
Is that 2 Skullwood Smalls that we know of, or is that just the first one? No, we got the first. We got the big key. Is why I'm confused.
Yeah. Sword from Green Pendant turn in. Absolutely zero wing.
And there's the pod big. So hopefully Sniper doesn't go to pod here. And we're getting Front of Thieves Town check. Basically overworld at this point.
Yeah, it's a nice easy 4 checks.
Of which 3 of them can be items now. I don't think Sniper will be going to pod quite yet because he does not have the money.
Yeah, but farming that isn't too hard with the stun drop that we have.
True, 20 rupee stun prize. However, I like this north route through to Catfish and probably a turn-in of the mushroom right here.
I usually hold off on mushroom till I have cane.
And I did miss what was in that Thieves Town check. But it was an item.
Oh, Turtle Rock small.
TR small. And there's 4 items in the back of Thieves Town now. Because while it's maybe technically 80 keys, we do have a map and compass in every dungeon, so we have 2 items that are guaranteed not useful to us.
Yeah, it really makes counting your items more important. You got the hot dog on Sniper's side.
And we have a K45 check here. 4 Ks. Which is nice because it'll let me get some more bombs as well.
Yeah, it's an excellent spot to refill. Yeah, Mitsura on Lumberjack.
We might have a potential high 5 here at King's Tomb.
Yeah, there's a lot of very similar checks going on here. Ooh, nice lamp.
Alright, now we really want to know where that sword is.
Probably going to be dumb like Laser Bridge or something. I know it can't be, but it would just be funny to me if it were.
I mean, nothing's stopping a sword from being there. It's just not the first one.
Exactly. Not without major glitches.
This route does benefit Kazan because he did get that pod big and can go to pod here.
Sword in Hera basement, the other's mitts locked. Nice.
That's disgusting. I love it. And this is why Twitch chat gives the best ideas.
Depending who you ask.
That depends. Are we runners or commentators when they're asking, right?
That's true. As a runner, you never want to hear from Twitch chat.
As a commentator, they make our job easier.
Absolutely. They come up with the best, worst ideas. And I mean that in the most loving way possible, by the way.
Like you said, they're the best, worst ideas. I mean,
The best is when they turn out to be right.
I've been guilty of putting in terrible, terrible ideas in the past, so... You know, these runners could be looking for a sword. There is a potential place for their first sword to be. Namely, in Castle Tower.
That is true. It could just be in one of the first two chests there.
And there's the Bombos medallion putting us at... We can kill... Okay, we don't have sword, so we can't quite kill Coldsteer yet. But once we get a sword, we'll be able to kill any boss except Trinex.
You can use the hammer to kill Coldsteer.
You can't use Bombos with a hammer, though.
Oh, that's true. Not swordless. Yeah, you do need at least one sword for that. That's true. I always forget about that.
I do as well. I play a lot of swordless, so muscle memory takes me to do it, and then it's like, why can't I use my medallion? And then I'm usually sad afterward.
Yeah. That's usually how swordless goes, though.
Kazan is taking us into Palace of Dark. And possibly Eastern Palace as well.
I mean, that's what I would do. You're here. You got the mirror. Might as well do them both at the same time. Or a sword on ped.
Unfortunately, with this pen layout, that is not possible. Unfortunately, he says.
Yeah, we would need something like, you know, overworld glitches or something like that to be possible.
Yeah, unfortunately, without the mitts, we cannot legally get into Turtle Rock.
But there's lots of fun illegal ways to do it.
Yeah, you can just hook speed straight through the diagonal wall.
Yep. Or you can mirror transition to get to the bottom door. Everyone knows what I mean.
And there's that pod big key. Sniper's now relieved that he did not go to Palace of Darkness yet.
Probably going to be hoping for a little bit of money here, though. Yeah, a little bit more than that.
What? You didn't specify how much, Hex.
This is true. That's on me. My bad.
And there's our second bottle of the seed.
Well, that's almost a sword.
It's a shield. And
It's
with
an
our current
equipment
loadout,
sword.
Kazan is opening the front door. I like this risky play.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, you don't have enough keys anyways, so you might as well burn the key.
Does this mean that Kazan will need 2 more keys if he wants to get the other two checks that he does not get in this? Which will be any 2... Oh, hey, our first Swords and Pod. Congratulations, Texas.
Eh, it could have been worse. It should have been worse.
But Kazan can pick up any one of Vanilla Big Key, Harmless Hellway, and Helmasaur. And it looks like he's opting to go with Harmless Hellway.
And a mirror. Interesting. Not the way I would have gone, but that's okay.
And I think we're getting the first check of Swamp Palace.
I mean, you have a key.
Do we have the Swamp Small?
No, we have the Swamp Big, sorry. Well, then, this is a good risky play.
I mean, I'm not against this by any means. This first check of Swamp has been stuff for me in the past.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. And it's quick, and then that way you know if it's nothing.
Just some moms today. Today I learned that enemies do not count as giving you hook speed. And here's that Eastern dive.
Yep, Pod not really doing much for us other than that sword.
Which does everything for us, actually.
Yeah, it does a fair amount.
And here is the Agena check. One of our last isolated spots. And Sniper can take this directly into Desert as well.
It's true. Yeah, I like this play from Sniper. Checking the tablet with the book, and then getting all this out of the way stuff done.
Meanwhile, Eastern Palace is giving us almost nothing as usual. We've gotten a heart piece and a compass. Unfortunate, but... So, if you're in Kazan's shoes here and going through Palace of Darkness with any boss killable except for Cold Stare and Trinex, do you check the boss?
Yeah, absolutely.
That is a map.
Well, there's only so many times it can be nothing.
I agree, chat. That Hollow Knight sprite is adorable. Well, remember what I said about Cold Stare and Trinex not being killable? Wait, was that a duplicate Ice Rod? No, it looks like that might have been the Fire Rod. I thought it was Fire Rod anyways.
Yep, it is.
So, you remember what I said about Trinex and Cold Stare not being killable?
Well, they are now. But yeah, to answer your earlier question, I'd go for it anyways.
A little bit of a moot point now, but...
Yeah.
Well, don't you hate to see that? Ooh, Sniper takes an overworld death in the Dark World.
Now here's the question. Do you save scum that key?
In Kazan's shoes, no.
I would.
You getting to Pod takes so long, I would...
Yeah, but you're already here.
Yes, but unless you get this... Take a death to do it, which... Easily doable in pod, but I still think it's a better use of time to just get the second key, especially where the sword we just got gives us our mitts and opens the rest of the world back up.
Well, this is true. I'd save scum just because then I don't look for the key, and either way you're going to have to come back.
The other big reason is I play on SNES 9X, and my sound likes to reset itself when I reset. Well, good thing we got a fire rod.
I think we also got a green potion too, so...
I think we did. And Sniper's going to be picking up that castle tower too. Ooh, unfortunately did not get... Oh, do not get hugged by the cold stare puffs.
And switch to that ever-useful hammer. Just that hitbox.
Sniper left the area a little bit too late. Oh, the enemies now are not playing nice. How are those bombs going sideways when he's facing right?
I think they're bouncing.
Also, Kaysen brings down Cold Star. I unfortunately missed the item because I was lamenting what was going on with the Hinox's bombs.
We going back in? We're going back in.
Almost definitely a
Piece of heart.
Helmasar check.
Yeah.
I like this Helmasar play, and then you don't come back unless you have to. Sniper has one small problem here. He has to use the hammer on Cold Stare here, unless he gets all of them killed with the fire rod shots from his green potion.
True. Although those familiar with Swordless will not have too much of a problem using hammer on Cold Stare.
I don't know how much Swordless a Sniper plays, but...
Well, let's hope he's practiced.
Yep.
Although this will give Sniper a key advantage here.
Yeah, he'll be able to make a more efficient trip through Palace of Darkness.
And he may just opt to skip the front door.
Turtle Room is not playing nice for Kaysen here.
Yeah, it's a little difficult when you poke the turtles.
Also, while our runners are getting through a couple of long rooms, big shout-outs to Maidwalk Herd, our tracker today. Hey, Vitreous.
The fighter sword.
This is a pleasant fight with a fighter sword. I actually enjoy it with fighter sword more than I do hammer, and I play swordless. This fight's just not fun with a hammer.
Yeah, not impossible, but I like the bomb strats here. Did you know that 30 bombs won't kill Vidi?
I did. I learned just by throwing 30 bombs at it.
Same. I did that in, which room was that? I think it was Moldorm's room. So I was up on the ledge like a hero. Or coward, you know, whichever you prefer. Now, I am curious about not hitting the eyeballs into the spikes.
There's not enough knockback from your sword.
Oh, I suppose, yeah, they tend to have weird... Well, unless they're right on top of the spike. Should do them in.
But down goes Vitreous.
Yeah, I'm not sure which is more efficient, to be honest, because you get that sword and pod. So Sniper could have used Bombos had he had the sword, but getting the extra pod key saves a trip. So it's kind of like 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
And Kaysen's going up the tower. Given what we know about Lumberjack Tree right now.
Oh!
Ooh. Sniper takes an unfortunate death to Cold Stare. In this case, you leave and come back. Like we said, Cold Stare with a hammer is not an easy fight, by any means.
No, even with Blue Mail, it's a rough one.
Well, they have to make Cold Stare challenging in the vanilla game, and since he's in the dungeon you get Blue Mail, they have to make him hurt even through it.
Although that is kind of the nice thing about Randomizer as well, is you can get items that make life easier, but due to the nature of Rando, you can also get items that make life harder.
Or you can not get items and make life harder.
This is true too.
Another Turtle Rock small key. That's 3 of them, I think, now.
Yep.
Still can't use them without the red cane, but...
Just hover. I'm joking, of course. It's a lot of hovering.
Can you imagine hovering the Dark Mason pod? Or Dark Mason Turtle Rock?
Done it once.
That would be terrible.
Yeah, it was very arm hurty.
Alright, we're at the top of Aghanim's Tower. Which means we're going to fight a wizard. Which means there's a game that we sometimes like to play.
Is the game, how many blue balls are we going to get?
That's the game.
I go with my standard 15.
Your Twitch chat. I go with my standard 5.
I only do 15 because he ruined a run of mine in the vanilla game. It wasn't 15, but it was like 11 or something stupid.
15's dead.
I know. It's almost always dead immediately.
11's dead now, too. I think the most we can get now is 7.
Yeah.
Which is now dead, I think.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's long dead.
So I think that's 2 now. We actually got a forgiving pattern out of Aga 1. I'm shocked.
Yeah, it was really nice. That's the kind of pattern you hope for. Looks like Sniper's deciding to open that front door.
You don't want to take 7,000 trips through Bowlock to get things done. It's not an efficient use of time.
I guess. I don't know, one of these days I'll have to time it out. Because if you have to come back, right, like that's the time loss there.
Oh hey, I forgot about Back of Escape. I think Sniper already did this, I just don't remember what was here.
Yeah, it's just the Turtle Rock Small, I think was the only important item there.
So, shall we go get Titan Smiths?
Yeah, I guess. Might as well. I mean, you kind of need them.
They're only slightly important.
I mean, they only unlock, like, everything.
Pretty much they unlock the seed right now.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you'll get access to, you know, Mire area. You get access to East Death Mountain, Dark World, Smith Chain.
Not having to go all the way around the forest to get to the Dark World.
Yeah, that's my favorite part.
Sniper giving us a masterclass in how to position yourself in Fighter Sword Vitreous.
Yeah, when you don't have the goo to help take damage, it is a little bit of a different fight. Yeah, the spikes don't help you at all here, do they?
Not in the slightest.
That's unfortunate. Although that one spontaneously combust.
Yeah, eyeballs do that sometimes. Alright, Sniper is in the clear here.
Oh!
Or not.
Mistime that arrow.
2 unfortunate deaths in these dungeons.
And it looks like he's going straight back.
He still has the resources for it easily.
Yeah. Hazen probably wishing they had been through here before going to Eastern.
What do we find?
That's where Bombos was.
Oh, right.
Would have made life a little easier at...
But there are 2 items in the back of Skullwoods. So, what boss do you think is the worst to have on Conveyor and Spikes?
I'm... As much as I hate it, I'm a big fan of Helmicopter.
I mean, every viewer loves Helicopter.
I love to see it, I hate to fight it.
Like I said, every viewer wants the Helicopter. Every runner wants anything else.
Armos can be bad if you drop in from the bottom. But pretty much for every other boss, you want to drop in from the bottom.
This one's
this
not
isn't bad.
great.
Yeah, it's not
Okay,
bad, though.
Fighter's Sword Argus on conveyor is actually kind of an awful fight.
It is.
If we had any more swords.
I'm liking the poke spin strats though.
Two extremely tense fights here.
Yep. I don't know which one to watch. Both extremely execution heavy as well.
Yeah. And these runners have execution in spades. With some of these boss locations, I probably have died more than these two.
Oh, easily. Yeah, these are some no-joke bosses. I mean, Argus not so much, but in the room that he's in. But you put any boss in this room and it's a dumb fight.
Except Moldorm.
Yeah, Moldorm's pretty safe. Blind is gross.
Vitreous is fun here. Cold Stare's actually one of the easier ones to have here.
Yeah.
Because Cold Stare breaks the... Right, I forget about this part of Argus.
Yeah, but you can just knock him into the spikes. That's what I usually do. But Argus doesn't swim well on a conveyor belt.
Would you swim very well on a conveyor belt?
I mean, I've never tried. I feel like that's one of those things that'll get you kicked out of the airport.
Probably.
And I don't want that to happen again.
But down goes Argus. But Cold Stare's an easy fight here compared to the others, because there's so much going on with a Cold Stare fight, the conveyor stops working.
Oh yeah, that's right. Armos glitches out of the room, which is always funny.
Alright, one last item here in Skullwoods.
Looks like we're back to Cold Stare.
Sniper's Revenge. Well, there's another big key we need.
It's always nice to see big keys. I love dungeon diving.
I'd rather be doing a lot of dungeon dives than overworld dives.
Yep. Sniper seems to be having issues with the bow.
Did Kaysen check the front of Skullwoods?
I don't know, actually.
Because he doesn't have the Meyer big key. There's a Master Sword at Meyer Shed.
I think you might have skipped it.
Alright, this fight is not pleasant. Luckily, still has a green goo.
Yeah, pick that one up in pod.
With a sweet double kill.
Alright, I think this is where Aga's Tower comes in play.
Almost definitely. I can't tell if that was a useless item or a dungeon item.
On the torch?
Yeah,
It was compass.
which does mean that there's an item behind a small key. You always hope not to see the map and compass when you come in here without a small key.
Yep.
It never happens.
It is rare. Oh. Seeing both of them just makes it worse.
Before we visit the tower, we do the front of escape. Also, happy 1 hour, chat.
Did we get a look at the back of Escape? Or sorry, Dark Cross?
We have not been to Dark Cross yet. Although, it might have... Have we seen the map yet?
It's a good question. Maybe not. Might explain why we haven't seen Dark Cross.
Alright, as usual, place your bets. What is this boss going to be? Good little bit of foresight to use the lamp to not run out of magic for a potential Trinex.
Yeah. Trinex with Master is pretty... Oh, well, never mind.
Oh, hi. Hi, Moldorm. You have some extra eyes today. One fun little quirk of the Randomizer script is Moldorm.
Okay, so map was in Zelda's chest.
Which means we should see a Dark Cross check right here. Watch as this is a sword.
That would be funny. I missed it. Did we get a medallion check on Meyer?
I missed it, but we might... That Kaizen might not care at the moment because no red cane.
Yeah, still a fair number of items, though. And it could be vanilla.
That's a magic powder.
Yep.
So now Sniper's going to ascend the tower, so I'm going to turn my attention to Kaizen for a bit. Because you see one Ganon's tower climb on the stream, you'd know how the other one's probably going to go.
I'm going to guess 2 blue balls.
I think you might be right.
Of course, with it being seeded, we will get identical fights.
At least the first time you go there. If by some chance you died to Aga 1, or Aga 2, or Ganon, the second fight is more randomized than the first was.
Yeah, but who dies to Aga?
You ever do 3-heart Aghanim?
Yeah, I mean, I've died with more than 3 hearts. Not to Aghanim specifically, but Aga 2.
Alright, and there's an argument I don't feel like getting into, but we just got a red boomerang.
You mean the Lagarang? The
Like I said-
Insularang?
Like I said, I don't feel like getting into this argument today, but I'll leave the opening for chat if they'd like to put in their opinions.
I actually like the red boomerang for Aga's, or for Ganon's tower.
I just like the red boomerang.
Okay. I don't hate it. Let's put it that way.
Hey, Moths and Logic.
Nice.
Nothing but small keys. Oh, we got
Ooh.
desert and swamp smalls in the Hookshot Cave.
That's a good small.
What does that leave for small keys we're looking for?
Technically, maybe. Well, we need GT big, and
Yeah, small keys. I think we have all those we need.
yeah, I think you can finish with the small keys you have.
And there, I was about to say the only one you might want to look for is another GT small. And hey, look, the game beat me to it. We're actually close to go mode here. We're missing one item. Actually, we're not even missing sword at this point. One item, and I want to say 3 big keys.
Yeah, we don't have Turtle Rock big. We will need a Mire big and Thieves Town big, GT big, so 4.
We have the Mire big. It's in Skullfront.
Oh, right. That's right.
And we're getting Spike Cave.
Everybody's favorite waste of time.
This is a weird... Spike Cave is a really weird way to say Tower of Hera, in that's the case, isn't it?
A little bit.
Speaking of Tower of Hera...
That's gross.
Why is that there? Small high five on the pyramid there.
And I don't think we checked Turtle Rock entrance either.
Again, Kazan might not care without that red cane.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'd be concerned on if we have a vanilla TR at the moment, though. Also, Kazan is probably going to swamp right here, right now.
Yeah, well, as soon as you get that swamp small, you kind of want to head there first.
And Sniper gets his Titan Smiths from Lumberjack Ledge. I am concerned about if we get to go back to Skullwoods, or if Kazan got that Skullwoods front.
I don't think so. I think he went straight to back.
That's what I thought as well.
Alright, looks like Sniper's headed to kill the not moth.
What we know is an Argus.
Prophecy fulfilled.
Actually, looks like we might be getting a Smith chain.
Yeah.
Hammer pegs.
Yeah, Prophecy of the Heart Container of the Bombos tablet. Yeah, Sniper checked that earlier. Alright, what do you think's in the second chest of swamp?
Well, Case has checked first one, which I bet is, what was it, a piece of heart? 3 bombs?
Bombos was in the back of Skullwoods.
Second check of swamp, let's go with the map.
I'm hoping for Red Cane.
No, that's on left side swamp.
Could just be vanilla. Which
What?
would be awful.
The cane?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be terrible. Alright, and after saving Jeremiah, we get a red rupee. They told the Sniper that they want to show him a magic trick. They take your money, and they double it while you're not looking.
Rupee Smiths. That 20 might be a counterfeit.
So what do you think's in the third check of swamp?
I'm gonna say it's some health. Ooh, bombs.
Apparently this is a swamp palace, this is bomb palace.
Adam West Cave.
There's your health you called earlier.
Yeah, I was one off. I normally expect people to go south in this room, not to the big chest. Alright. What's our locksmith going to give us?
Bombs.
Ooh.
That's a required big key.
Yep. It's also a gross big key.
That fire snake is being rude.
Have you ever known a entity made up of fire to not be rude?
Yes, I have.
Oh, okay. I was thinking more Balrog.
I pictured Calcifer, so...
Oh, okay. Because, like, even Charizard in the Pokemon series was kind of a jerk.
We have a
But maybe it
bombos
was-
entry there.
Nice.
Alright, left side swamp. I'm expecting map and compass. Well, heart container.
More health.
And money! This is a swamp palace as you come to expect from Green Pendant Swamp, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah, the real money is going to be on the green pendant.
So it's going to be a 300.
Yeah, probably. And then we can check Zora. So I don't think Kaizen's done that yet.
He is not. And I think he's going to last location if anything's at Zora, which we know there isn't.
No. It's not worth it the check, really.
So you remember that bomb jump Kaizen used to get into the water?
Yeah.
We're going to see it again.
I like the bomb method.
I prefer the cane method, but...
I learned the cane method, and then they figured out there's another way to do cane method, and I never bothered to learn it, even though it's basically the same thing as the bomb method. What happens when you get lazy and you just kind of learn one way?
Yep. So, who do you think's at Swamp Palace?
I'm
I
really
think
hoping it's blind.
I think there's still room for any boss, because we do have 3 duplicate slots.
Yes.
And in full boss shuffle, those duplicates can be anything.
So Trinex can only be in certain rooms because of the size.
Right.
Fun fact about Trinex, he actually takes up 4 rooms.
Yep. One for his
Nice.
tail and one for each neck.
Yep. That must have been fun to program in. Well, Radical Sniper here is going to have a sword advantage on this fight.
So, where do you go from here, Kaizen?
Rashla. The S-Man. Or, I guess, Big Red Bomb.
Pyramid Fairy. We can do that now, can't we?
Yep. And I mean, especially after killing Aga the first time, it's a decent play. I like it.
That was a much quicker Argus fight for Sniper here.
Indeed.
Alright, what's on our Pyramid Fairy today?
Free bottle refill.
I'm gonna go 20 rupees and a piece of heart. How about the
Ooh,
red cane?
That's a nice red cane. Now, unfortunately, that might lead Kazin away from some of the other checks.
That is leading directly to Ice Palace.
That's fair. I respect that play.
And we're getting a pedestal read. Well, I hope you like blue mail.
Yeah.
Because neither runner's going for that.
So where's our Thieves Town Big hiding out today?
Laser Bridge.
We still need a Turtle Rock Big.
That's hiding out in the Vanilla Turtle Rock Big Key Chest.
On here, I was thinking like Ganon's Tower, seeing as Thieves Town and Turtle Rock are both pendants.
Turtle Rock Small Key 4 is in Ganon's Tower. I'm aware we already have all 4, but that'd be worst case scenario.
Worth it. I forgot that there was arrows there.
So did I, actually. And Sniper is going straight for the boss, which unfortunately has not been up the mountain yet. Because we know the small key's up there.
Yeah, it would be helpful. But I assume that Sniper's just going to do this, most likely do Swamp. Maybe go for the Pyramid Fairy.
Hopefully goes for Pyramid Fairy.
Yeah. Getting that safety magic for no reason. Although it does save a little bit of time on the, refill.
Did you mean Sniper did?
Yeah.
It still makes sense to pick up the safety magic in case it's a Trinex.
No, I know, but we knew it was nothing.
I forgot that we already did Desert on case and screen, so... Alright, Sniper, where do you want to go from here? Sniper's going for Pyramid Fairy immediately.
Interesting. Good play.
Was anything in Swamp Palace?
Mirror Shield?
So... Oh, and here's our blind in Ice Palace.
Figures.
You could make arguments for... when you get Kane, following Kane checks rather than going to Swamp, because if you happen to go mode without going Swamp, you can go mode to Swamp Palace.
This is true.
You know, Blind's another case where he's actually harder in any other boss arena. Not because of the arena, just because you can't get the script.
Yeah, that is true. He starts off with the, you died to him once script. Oh, what are we getting? Fairies.
Not a bad refill. Alright, where does Kane take you? In Sniper shoes, Kane takes me to Mire if I'm Sniper.
Yeah, 100%. That's where I would go.
Okay, so
Like we're
gives a
getting
look at that green pendant turning.
Yep. Silvers?
Silvers?
I don't know. It's my guess. Nope.
You never guessed old man Thaha to have something useful.
He's had useful things before.
Yeah, in vanilla he has Pegasus boots.
Exactly.
That might be the only time he's ever had anything useful.
He's had my Titan's mitts once.
Ew.
Yeah.
I think for me the best thing he's had for me is my morph ball, but
Morph on green pendant.
it was green pendant swamp, of course.
Oh, of course.
Alright, and we're getting a Jeremiah turn in, and we have a compass in the compass. That's a vanilla compass.
So, Kazin should get their big key to GT here.
He should, yeah. And then... So, what are your thoughts on 18-second long the ground is shaking cutscenes?
I don't know. You know, from a visual standpoint, it's like it would be more impactful if you could see the wall moving. But I mean, at this point, it's your second to last dungeon, and you've seen this happen twice before.
Yeah.
So I guess you kind of extrapolate from there what's happening. Ooh.
That's an important big key.
Indeed it
They're
is.
all important. We have the swamp and the skull ones. Everything but ice is important at this point.
Only looking for that Thieves Town big.
Are we Thieves Town go?
Think so.
Oh, no, we still need Bugnet.
Oh, of course. You're not in go mode without the bug net.
I agree.
Looks like
Yeah.
we're going in a mire.
As chat says, that's big. Mire Big being in Skullwoods is a very big problem for Kaysen here.
It is. Because there's still so many other checks that are viable.
And the other, he has 3 checks in Skullwoods, and 2 of them are map and compass. And there's Ice Palace. I had my hopes up for a second.
Yeah, me too. I mean, it could just be here in Desert, right? The next, like, Thieves Town Big. But I mean, like, we've also got the Hera basement access. We've got, you know, all of Turtle Rock basically open.
To answer a question in chat, yes, Vortex, he did orphan left drop down. And that's a tempered sword.
That's a good sword. There's no bug net on the tracker. I think it gets removed in Key Sanity.
I think so. Because I think we removed the bug net and one other button to put the Castle Tower and GT spaces on.
But we don't want to downplay its importance.
I'm a Swordless player. I love bug net.
I'm always happy to see it. Unless you're playing on hard mode.
Alright, who's in Mire?
The worms.
For a moment, it looked like nobody was in Mire.
The lights are on. Some really gross patterns. You kind of want them to come down to you.
There's a lot of boss fights that are really tricky in that arena because of the Vitreous goop.
Should remove shield and put the net back. Yeah, but shield leads to items.
Technically, it does.
Actually, I think the logic's been written out for Mirror Shield before Turtle Rock Laser Bridge.
In basic logic, yes. We play with advanced logic where invincibility and or laser skips are in logic.
Yeah.
I think laser skips are in logic. I'd have to be convinced confirmed. And Sniper is taking... One notable thing with Sniper's route is he's getting to a lot of these dungeons after Kaysden, but also has the items to full clear them. Or clear them more fully. He was able to make a single trip through Pod, for example, outside of Death to Vitreous. He's going to be able to full clear Ice Palace here.
Which is just super important. That big chest could be the key.
I mean, it could be.
Like, literally.
If it's Thieves Big, that's a bad sign for Kaysden here.
Yeah. Although, Sniper does have a little bit of ground to make up, but... yeah, it could be very bad.
That little bit of ground will close quickly. Oh, Sniper couldn't have done a swamp before Pyramid Fairy in this instance. He hasn't been up to Death Mountain yet.
Oh, that's right. Either way, it's going to be likely go mode. Because I think in this situation where you have Turtle Rock big, you full clear and just do it.
It's worth noting, the Ice Palace had my second favorite unique item in Link to the Past.
The single arrow?
Single arrow. My favorite is just the most broken item in the game. It breaks the game in so many ways, most of which are not legal in this race mode.
Is that Bottle or Canis Maria?
Canis Maria.
Yeah. It's usually one of the two.
Ask any glitch runner and they'll say Bottles and Canis Maria are the most useful items.
Yeah, you can pretty much beat the game with those two items alone.
Third most useful would probably be Kane, actually. First most useful to a glitch runner is actually probably Boots. But
well, yeah, I mean, for overworld glitches, it's certainly super helpful. No one likes the sword buffer.
Or select buffer, for that matter.
Oh.
So,
giving me PTSD here.
This is a fun trip to get to make. Let's go to Turtle Rock.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty big trove of items. Lots of items here, and I mean, you might as well do it if you can do it.
Yeah. I'm not certain. Okay, Bombus is our access. I'm not certain of what is in... of how many keys we've actually gotten off the top of my head. I think we're at 4.
Yeah, we're at 4. We have them all.
So this is a guaranteed full clear Turtle Rock.
Yeah, it's a dungeon that, in a Key Sanity, even Key Sanity Light, you want to be able to go mode it.
Now, if the Big Key is here, that is actually a way for Kazan to be brought to Skullwoods. Because if you get the Thieves Town Big Key, you can get all 3 pendants and considered pedestal for possible Meyer Big.
Yeah, and it at least puts you in the right area.
Hey, Silvers!
Yeah, the Hollow Knight sprite is super good.
Yeah, one of my favorites that I don't use, but it's one of my favorites. So we found a map in Silvers and Turtle Rock so far. And the Thieves Big, that is actually fantastic place for that.
That's also our Go mode item.
So we are in no mode.
Yep.
Sniper is 2 items from Go mode, both of which are up here.
Yeah, so he'll be in Go mode
Shortly.
soonish.
It would benefit Sniper to check the Hookshot Cave before going into Turtle Rock.
Yeah. But, I mean, yeah, it would change a lot of the routing in Turtle Rock.
To answer what Kazan has left, he just got access to Thieves Town back. And also Skullwoods. And some really awful one-off checks. Butter Sword on Lava Island.
Not quite the item you're looking for. But it's nice, I guess. You get the guaranteed 1-on-1 on Ganon. Alright, here it comes.
Go mode item number 1.
Forgot that it was all small keys.
Yeah, every single thing in Hookshot Cave, including Floating Island, is a small key.
Yeah, Sniper's execution is certainly really good. There was a little bit of issues with arrows earlier on, but seems to have resolved that issue.
It looked a lot like some occasional D-pad misinputs to me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
And I think Sniper didn't even go for the small key on Floating Island, realizing he has the keys he needs.
Yep. It's just looking for that Thieves Town Big, which he'll be very happy to get here.
Now, for his sake, I hope he goes to Roller Room before going to Compass Room.
Yeah, it is technically faster to go to Roller Room, Mirror Out, and then come back.
Well, I was hoping he'd do that because now he might go mode past Silver Arrows.
Hmm.
But with that, the time is 1 hour, 33 minutes, and 49. I think he accidentally hit his stop timer, but we're going to use Kazan's time here. 1 hour, 34:30. And Radical Sniper 99 is in go mode.
Now, not getting silvers only puts him back about a minute and a half, I think.
It's not going to... Sniper is very consistent with his silverless Ganon. He did qualify for top 128 in Maine, so...
Yeah, so I mean, the silvers only save you something like a minute, I think, in the Ganon fight.
So who's at Trinex, do you think? I actually think we're going to see a vanilla Trinex.
Yeah, I think so.
Mostly because we're running out of places to put Trinex. And honestly, I want to see a Trinex and not have it be Ice Trinex.
Ugh,
Yeah, and like
Ice
I said,
Trinex
the
is the
Sniper
worst.
is just go mode right now.
Yeah, he's flying through.
So, Sniper's in go mode. Kazan has... The one advantage Kazan has is Butter Silver. But
Yeah.
again, for a runner like Sniper, Tempered Silverless is child's play.
It's our second cold stare.
We will not be seeing another one of these in Gan's Tower. That brings the pool for Moldrum 2 down to 4. Much easier cold stare fight, too.
Yeah. Butter compared to Fighter. Yeah, so the way this will kind of shake out a little bit is Sniper's not going to have to full clear Thieves Town looking for the next key.
With Boss Shuffle, you can go straight to the boss room. And Kazan's going to be going to Thieves Town. Hopefully, for Kazan's sake, he goes to Skullwoods first.
Yeah. He does still have the dungeon advantage, though, but Sniper
With
is
one of
going
those
to be
dungeons
go
being
mode.
Swamp. Also, we're not going to be seeing... I don't think we're going to be seeing Thieves Town quite yet from the Sniper.
No, I'm thinking Swamp first, then Thieves Town.
I'm thinking GT.
Yeah, possibly.
We have all of our crystals. I think we're going to be seeing GT here.
Yeah, it saves a climb.
So... There's our Trinex!
Well, he was bound to be somewhere.
I mean, you're supposed to have him somewhere in the game, and we were down to, I think, 3 rooms he could be in. We haven't seen a Helmasaur King yet.
We have not.
We could be seeing Helmasaur in everyone's favorite spot to fight Helmasaur.
Oh, on the Moldorm 2.
Nobody likes Tower of Helma. Nobody.
Yeah, those pits really mess with your hammer hits.
So, normally with GT, we'd play where the big key is. Where we have a big key. It was at Purple Chest. Key Sandy makes it much less fun for us, doesn't it?
A little bit. It was check 123. I actually have no idea.
I haven't been counting. Unfortunately, with Thieves Town where it is, we're going to be stacking the back for a big key to Mire. Not going back to the front of Skullwoods has hurt Case in here.
And I mean, at some point, you just kind of think that, like, you've got it already. That's the worst part.
And we got Sniper in the gauntlet here. So, for dungeon comparison, once Kazan gets his big key, he has to do Misery Mire and GT. Compared to Sniper has to finish GT and then do Thieves and Swamp. But in Boss Shuffle, Go Mode Thieves is really easy, as you saw by Kazan getting to fight Trinex immediately.
Yeah.
And of course, who doesn't like a Go Mode Swamp Palace, right?
Yeah, I was just about to say, Go Mode Swamp is really fast as well.
Oh hey,
There's
it's
Helma.
Helmasaur. This is also not a fun... These are not fun places for Helmasaur. Because with that Fire Spitter, it lags something awful.
Especially when you get his fireballs on the screen, too. I'm making short work of that.
And now to what I've long since dubbed the most satisfying rooms in the game.
It's like we are going back to Swamp? Or to Skull Woods?
Looks like.
Not going to be too happy with what he finds there.
No, he's not. Why didn't we open the big chest while we were here?
It's a good question. Because it's Compass.
I want to say this was Meyer Big.
Yeah.
And at 1 hour, 41 minutes, and 45 seconds, Kazan is in go mode. And Sniper is not having any of it. He is just taking all of the open checks. Alright, and at Moldorm 2, our last question. It's Vitreous!
Also substantially easier with the Tempered Sword.
You know, it's like having actual equipment makes fights easier.
Yeah, who would have thought?
This is still actually not a very fun arena for Vitreous, but it's better than, say, Mothula's arena.
Yeah, I would definitely take this arena over Mothula's any day of the week.
I almost don't care what boss we're talking about for that statement.
It all depends on the equipment you have. If you have silvers when you get to Mothula's arena with Vitreous, it's not too bad.
The one exception to I'd rather have Moldorm's arena than Mothula's is actually on Moldorm himself.
Yeah.
So how's your geometry?
Pi r squared.
Because this is a fight that is fun? Question mark.
It's fun if you get decent patterns and no blue balls. Like this pattern.
This has not been a nice Agatu.
No. And they've gotten out of sync now, so sword spins should be out. There we go.
And down goes Agatu, which leaves Sniper with 2 bosses to go. I would definitely say that Sniper has the lead here, but again, we have 1 dungeon to clear for Kazan compared to 2 for Sniper. Unfortunately, that 1 dungeon is GT. So which do you clear first in this case?
Probably Thieves Town. Just cuz. It's a nice fast one to get through. You know, unless you got something weird like a Trinex.
The other thing that slows down Kazan here, to get to his dungeon, he has to do a mountain trip.
Yeah. This will still be very close.
Oh, absolutely. This is a close race.
Now, the only benefit for Kazdin is that he will not have to go back to the pyramid to go kill Ganon.
This is true. That is a pretty good benefit, too. Ooh!
He's got the fairy.
Yes, he does, but he got pinched by Trinex there.
Yep. This is why they give Trinex a big room.
Who was it at Argus today? Was that the Armos Knights fight?
Yes.
Beautiful phase 2 for Sniper, though.
Yeah, it was very clean. All right. So now we see what's faster. Swamp Go mode or GT Go mode?
I think we all know which one's actually faster. The question is Swamp Go mode but tempered silverless equivalent to Go mode GT with butter silver?
Good question. I probably would have opted for the mirror and flute here.
Yeah, mirror and flute, I think, maybe, but probably
this way
would have been faster.
Yeah, I don't... You save a mirror warp, that's about it. Really hard to say, actually.
Just gotta open the gate. This is gonna be close, actually. We have a race right now.
Yeah, we've got a Gauntlet and Aga 2 versus a Swamp Palace Go mode.
So, for a reminder, Swamp Palace has Armos Knights. The end of the Gauntlet has Helmasaur King. The top of the tower has Vitreous. So
Kazen does have those silvers.
Yes, he does. Kazen has a very rough couple of bosses to get through compared to Sniper, though.
Yeah, but he'll be able to do them way faster.
Yes, he will. At least Vitreous.
Yeah, Helmasaur is kind of a wash.
And here's Helmasaur.
Oh, we're adding lag with the sword out.
Yeah, so this race looked a lot further apart, but this is actually a very close race right now.
And it's not even over when Radical Sniper drops in because it's an extra minute-long fight.
Exactly.
So Radical could drop in a full minute before Kazdin and still end up being very close.
Either way, both runners are going to be happy with how they've played this, I think.
Yeah. I think Sniper's routing was a little bit better overall, but those early deaths in Eastern and Pod kind of backfired a little bit.
Open that one last check in case it happened to be Silver's or Gold Sword.
Yep.
All right, and Armos Knights.
Just enough time to get in position there. And he's got his shield back.
Okay, so Sniper is going to have roughly half a Vitreous fight and the Aga 2 fight ahead of Kazan here.
It's a smart save and quit. Okay, it's dropping in at 150.46 on Kazdan's timer.
I'm your father's brother's nephew's cousin's former roommate. Looks like Ganon likes Spaceballs today.
Well, I mean, clearly their Schwartz are not the same size. Sorry. Oh, very nice triple on Kazdan's side there.
Phase 3. So, I'm going to guess that Sniper could hit Phase 4 by the time Kazan drops in.
Yep.
Does have to use the lamp for magic, I think.
Yes. Still gonna go for that fire rod, though. Oh, he picked up a blue potion at some point.
Oh, okay.
Missing a spin there.
Okay, so 152.15 for Ganon fight start.
Yeah, so assuming nothing goes wrong here, it should be... I'm gonna say there's probably about 30 seconds between them.
If that. This is Sniper's race to lose now.
Yeah. Barring a fall, yeah, that's pretty much it. A fall will do him in here.
A fall will do either of them in.
And I know we're watching this in real time, but...
We have once Sniper crosses that 1x3 bridge, you can get your GGs in chat for Radical Sniper 99. Finishing...
Yeah, go ahead.
Finishing in first place on the restream and first place overall with a official racetime.gg time of 1:53.12. Get your GGs in for Radical Sniper.
And Kazdan is finishing right behind him at a 1:53.31 according to Racetime GG.
Get GGs for both of them. That was a close race, and I loved it. And we'll see if we can get Sniper and Kazdan into the comms today. Because I think we'd like to hear some interview. What about you, Exodus?
Absolutely. Yeah. Definitely. That was very close. What is that, 19 seconds between them?
Yeah, that's one of the closest races I've called, for certain.
That was very tight. So, now we know.
And it looks like both of our runners are here with us. GG, Sniper, and Kazdan.
GG's.
GG's.
Whew.
So
That one.
I'd like to say I remember Front of Skull Woods exists now.
Yeah?
Oh man, I wasted so much time.
Yeah, it was really, really close. Like, by the time you found that Meyer Big, I think there was, what, half of a GT and 2 dungeons left or something like that?
Yeah. So, for rough reference, Kazan was starting the climb up GT as Sniper was going to Swamp, which was both of your last dungeons.
Oh, okay, so we took completely different routes. It sounds like.
Yeah, I got pulled Swamp Small out of Hookshot and then go mode Thieves Town Big in TR. So then I just go moded TR, GT, Swamp, and Thieves.
It didn't. I got to go mode GT. That's about it.
Yeah, I really delayed the mountain because pretty much after clearing Pod Eastern, I did Castle Tower, got my mitts, did Skull, then what? Somewhere in there or related to that, I found Mire Big or Ice. But I was like, okay, Pyramid Fairy next. Get the cane. I'm like, Mire. And then I go to Ice, and I'm like, well, that sends me back to Desert or something. And then I was like, TR, and just kind of ping-ponged from there.
I was kind of all over the place for that whole game, just following some keys and items I got. It's like, well, let's go over here, and that just some stuff kept paying off, except for I forgot to go in the front of Skull Woods when I went and beat the boss there. I don't remember who it was now, but
that was Argus.
Argus, yeah. So I wanted to wait to come back to the front until I had the big key, and then I got the big key, and I just didn't go back as soon as I should have. As soon as I found that key, I was like, oh no, this is not good.
Sniper, front of Skull had your Mire Big.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't remember these things anymore. I am terrible about my memory of a seed, even while I'm playing it.
I
really
mainly
wanna
remember it
wipe
because it was
the
my go
memory of a
mode.
lot of things.
So, Sniper, were you feeling a little bit behind after the Eastern and pod bullying from the bosses?
Can I just say I have the worst, I wasn't feeling great about my performance to start the race for a few things, few minor things, and then you die to Cold Stare, and you're like, great. And then you get a sword out of pod, and you're like, and a green potion, and I'm like, I'm gonna go back to Eastern after this. And then you find Vitreous, and can I say, not to pat myself too hard on the back, but I thought my Fighter Sword Vidi was really good tonight. Until the big eye.
I agree.
And I was just like, I couldn't believe it. And to have those two bosses go that poorly, I'm climbing GT, and then I'm into Thieves, and then I'm in Swamp, and I'm like, nobody's done. And then I'm like, somebody's gonna finish. I know Kazdan and Plasma Cap are in this race, and I'm like, one of those two has to be done almost. And one of them's gonna finish, and I'm gonna go, I lost because I couldn't execute a boss I know how to do.
And yet it didn't happen.
I opened race time as soon as I found that Mire Big key, and I was shocked no one was done. It's like, well, I don't have a lot left. I'm just gonna minimize this again and just go.
Yeah, I mean, there was only 18 seconds there, so you were not
it was
far.
Close. Yeah, it was
I
real
just
close.
have to ask, where was Butter?
TR Big Key.
Okay.
Silvers were in roller room.
That's okay. Oh, and I was really happy I wasn't gonna have Mirror Shield, and then because I had my shield stolen in Dark Woods, and I was like, whatever, I can live without a shield. And then Armos drops the shield. I'm like, thanks, game.
Just gives it right back.
Yep.
It's like, here, we upgraded this for you.
Yeah.
Whether you want it or not.
And you were the first one to get the mirror as well. That early trip to Uncle paying off so that you got the cape so you didn't need the blue cane.
Yeah, it's tough. I'm still an Uncle router. If it's an open seed, I prefer Uncle.
I was going to Uncle route, but I opened Link's house. I got bombs. It's like, all right, we're going damn Mini Boldorm right here.
Yeah, that was a
thought.
There's
no point.
I was also really happy with that stun prize.
Yeah, it was good.
That was a good example of how openers in Potpourri can differ so drastically. The opening routes were so varied today.
And that's the thing. Like, I've talked with, I think Kazden and I have definitely talked about this before. Like,
we have.
We race a ton in our spare time, just like off ladder and off dailies and everything else. And you talk to any group of people, talk to 10 people, you'll have 12 routes of how to start a Potpourri, just because it's so,
Yeah.
I think the one thing, it was like Sphere 1 includes Paradox Cave.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've been racing Potpourri with my friends off official stuff, and we route things differently every time.
Yeah.
So
You just have to play it by ear, because like there's so much available, and you have enough to do a lot, but just not quite enough. So you really have to find some bombs or some money or something to kickstart you, and then once you get that, then you can start making some choices.
I'd like to point this one out, because this one's really good. So you guys were 19 seconds apart in the race room. Kazden, your in-game time is lower than Sniper's.
Trying to think if I save scummed anything. I don't think I did.
No, I was
didn't,
wondering
but
if you were going to.
I thought about it with the mushroom, but I hadn't saved recently, and I wasn't gonna save just to save scum. And I figure my general philosophy on that is if you need powder, it's gonna show up, and we're gonna clear so much of this game that it'll just show up. So
Yeah.
But that's a fun fact for you. So you got 150,
That is
155 to 150, 204.
I
Wow.
like Kazden collected 17 more items in those 19 seconds.
I'll take that any day.
Yep.
Well, to be fair, Sniper, he did clean out Turtle Rock and Swamp Palace.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Also, he didn't die in Eastern and Pod.
What does that do with
Imagine
the items?
Well, imagine if I didn't die in Eastern or Pod. What is that? 5-6 minutes?
Yeah,
Off
about
my real time. Like, oh
I
my
do
god,
the
that is
front of
terrible.
Skull Woods at the beginning. I would have been in go mode like 15 minutes earlier at least.
hindsight is 2020, isn't it?
Oh, it always
Always.
is. It's
I'm
always
just-
2020.
I'm just saying those 5-6 minutes were spent collecting items as opposed to dying. That was my
that makes
point.
a
That's all.
difference. Yeah, no, that does make a difference.
But
Okay.
that just goes to show that you can die twice and still win.
Mm-hmm.
So never take death as a deterrent for a race.
I
Unless
agree with
it's
that.
you. It has to be your sprite that dies, let's be clear.
I mean, dying for real is a bad idea. Don't do it.
Yeah. That's why I don't play Metroid.
Because if you die in Metroid,
You die in real life, yep.
that's a
I feel
meme
like
I've
I'm
not heard in a
missing
while.
something.
It's an inside joke, I think, to that game.
It
is.
must be, because that's over my head.
Yeah, no, it's a running joke. Just because it's the Super Metroid run is super optimized, so like dying
Yeah.
basically is a reset.
Gotcha.
I actually know what the game-winning play was from Radical Sniper in this run.
Uh-oh.
Picking up the ferry at Pyramid Ferry.
Yep.
Yeah, that was... I'm not happy about that Trinex death either.
You got pinched.
That's the thing, like, so many of these... Like, honestly, I was pissed a lot in that race. Like, that is not... Like, I'm not happy about my run. And, like, I know that sounds silly coming in first in a really tough race like this one, but like that is just so out of character by me, and I'm not really pleased with it.
To a question in chat, despite the difference in time from the in-game time, the race is based on real time, and Radical Sniper finished 19 seconds ahead of Kazden.
Yeah, unfortunately, I apologize. My live split froze. I looked at it and was like, why is it still? It says 133, and then I was like, oh, it froze.
When you hit go mode.
It
Oh,
froze.
was it when I hit go?
It was
Yeah.
because I started to say go mode off your timer. I was like, wait, that's not moving. Hold on. Let me pull that off Kaizen's timer. Because you know me, Sniper. When you guys hit go mode, I'll call out when you guys hit go mode.
No, that's fair.
I was excited to find out you two were on the restream for this.
That was the thing. I saw the potpourri and I was like, I messaged in Discord. I was like, anybody else from 40 Bonk's crew gonna join the daily tonight? Like, anybody. And Kaizen immediately goes, what mode? I'm like, potpourri. And I see him join the room and I'm like, ooh, this could be really, really fun. And then I saw you
Yeah.
pop in to join on comms. I was like, this is good.
For those who don't know this in chat, we're good friends.
That's
Yeah,
the best
we've
thing
known
about
e-
being in
we've
this community.
Known each other for a good long time now.
Yeah, like I have to say, like if you have any interest in doing Link to the Past randomizer, like join and just like meet people and talk to people and find people, because there are so many excellent people to get to know and to talk to.
I agree wholeheartedly.
And
Yeah,
usually it's
same.
best, just as a small piece of advice, probably being one of the newer guys here, don't do it in Twitch chat. Discord's the place to be.
Yeah.
Especially if you're looking for advice, do it in the Discord, join the randomizer community, maybe your favorite runners community, but there's a lot of Twitch chat ends up giving bad advice sometimes. It's always best to check the Discord.
So, do you two have any final thoughts on this seed?
GG's again, and thank you to Speed Gaming. Thanks to everybody for putting on. I didn't get a chance to see who did the tracking, but thank you for the comms as always.
Yeah, our tracker
Yeah.
today is Made Walk Herd,
Okay.
a regular in the tracking section.
Right.
Just echo what Sniper said. GG's, and thanks for having us on Restream. It was fun.
Thanks for the amazing race.
That was one of the most fun races I've gotten to do commentary for. So thank you guys. And please, everybody, go follow these two. They do a lot of good work for this community. Also, make sure to follow Made Walk Herd, our tracker. Pushing all the buttons is actually kind of a difficult task, especially early on in Potpourri. Because, again, such wide route variants and so many items coming in so fast. And it's been a blast, Hexus. Everyone should go follow Hexus, too.
And don't forget to follow Zeke. It's been an absolute joy commentating with you.
But unless you guys have some final thoughts, I think we're good here.
Who's got the cricket sound effect?
But
We didn't
with
see any
that,
crickets today.
yeah, we did. Kaysen showed us some crickets.
Oh.
With that, good racing and good night from Speed Gaming.